Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Wednesday, January 24th, 2024.
But before I walk you through the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. Share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues. And check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this one. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, the Long Bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube. That is 8 a month that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for at least 20% moves on those stock picks, and you can check out all of this for no cost for 5 days. We offer a 5-day free trial up front with a wickedstocks.com subscription. So sign up for wickedstocks.com, check it all out. If you don't like what you see within 5 days, you can cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever.
Let's take a look at the charts. Start with the big picture as usual. Work my way into the day itself. Just a reminder that last May we had a long-term buy signal above what is now at 163.56 to 164.97, anticipating over the next the next full year, let's put it that way, a 236.01 could certainly be in reach by the end of this year. I'll get to that in a moment. But after falling away from the July high, retesting channel support in the low to mid 160s, we rallied, closed above this meaningful channel top, 3-4 month channel top at the time that has been holding nicely. Presently in the upper 170s. When we tested it a couple, 2-3 weeks ago, was in the lower 180s. This area able to absorb selling through February, possibly well into the second quarter, and above which we are expecting at least a retest, if not outright violation of that recent 199.62 high. In fact, it is the 206 and change area that I'm expecting. And let me get to that right now, actually. Where are you? Right here. This is a good chart here. So a few weeks ago, we were testing that channel top. On the daily chart, it's at 178.08 today, 178.70 all week long. We actually did test that area about 3 weeks ago right here. And since then, we elicited a double buy signal, if you will, last Friday when we opened and closed above both this channel top at 187.10 and the descending speed line, two-thirds speed line at 187.20. So now we have meaningful support in the 187.10 to 187.20 region that, if tested, say between now and the end of next week, can absorb weekly selling pressures, and above which we have secondary strength, likely to yield 199.62 as a 2 to 3 week target. We're 4 days into it and about 60% of the way there. And overall, we are anticipating this channel top at 206.54. And so this is our 1 to 2 month objective. You know, when we were testing the low 180s, I'd mentioned how this should be considered a 2 to 3 month objective anyway, and that was about 3 weeks ago. And so having settled above the 187.10 speed line about 3 or 4 days ago, it's now more in the 1 to 2 month objective. 2 to 3 week target, 199.62. We may see that this week, can contain weekly buying pressures, and if we were to close above 199.62, just another 2 to 3 weeks away from reaching 206.54. This formation can absorb buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis, and we can fall away from there. And it would be a settlement, by the way, above that 206.54 level, which is not shown in this chart, but nonetheless, above 206.54, I would peg 236.01 within about 2 to 3 months, where we could top out through the rest of 24. Holding above the 163.56 to 164.97 region, I'll just remind you that I'm expecting 236.01 eventually anyway, likely by the end of the year. Let's get back to this chart here. This is good for the day itself. This is a 5/8 Fibonacci over the last month, the December high against that low from just a few weeks ago. On the way up, 192.19, we leapfrogged right over it. That would have been from Friday to Monday. 192.19 can contain session weakness, and above which a 3 to 5 day target now exists at 199.62. On the way up, and we came close to testing this actually on Tuesday, 196.16, the low of the high, can contain intraday buying pressures, and if we pushed, especially if we opened today above 196.16, we could test 199.62 intraday, where we could top out for the week possibly fall away. There's always the possibility of a double top here, but I wouldn't commit to that. I would rather sell on weakness on the way back down than setting a short at 199.62 that you're anticipating may hold the highs all the way through February. I don't think that is likely, given the fact that we tested this nice long-term support just a couple, 2, 3 weeks ago. We've got meaningful buy signals that have occurred above the 187 handle, now support. So I think it is onward and upward. And I do see the 206.54 likely as a 1 to 2 month target, possibly by the end of February, if over the next 3 to 5 days or so we close above 199.62. Once again, 206.54 is a 2 to 3 month target above the upper 170s, and now a 1 to 2 month target above 187.10. Let's take a look at the downside again, that if we were to close today below 192.19, good high for the week, over the following 3 to 5 days or less, we should fall back into this meaningful zone of support between 187.10 and 187.20, where we could bottom out through next week and turn back up again as we move into February trade. Only if we close below 187.10 over the next 3 to 5 days, and I don't see it, but if so, then yes, within a week, two at the very most, we fall back into the upper 170s, where the market finds meaningful support, able to continue selling into possibly through the second quarter. And last thing I will say is, only if we close below 178.70 would I then anticipate yet another test of this long-term support in the 163.56 to 164.97 region. Is there anything else to say? I do not believe so. I'm kind of combing through the charts right now. I will leave you with this one, the most relevant area for the day. Let me mention that if we break 192.19 today, 191.09, this low here from the gap area a few weeks ago, is in reach today, and in fact likely. But bottom line, closing below 192.19, if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader and long now anticipating 199.62, I would consider exiting entirely and playing the short side back into the 187 handle. Until then, holding above 192.19, we should, over the next 3 to 5 days, reach that 199.62. I'm going to leave it at that for Wednesday's Apple Report. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com for that 5-day free trial. We put out a stock pick actually on Tuesday in Snowflake. You may want to take a look at that. Lots of good things going on in some of these charts that we're showing you. And I'm going to leave it at that for Wednesday's Apple Report. Yes. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursdays. You have a great day.